Hello, welcome back to the channel. Good morning, Saturday. I don't know what the date is, who cares? It's Saturday morning, I know that. We're going to do a review. Once again, everybody's out apart from me and the dog. So cue the phone ringing, dog barking. It's all probably going to happen again. Drives me insane, but we must progress. So we're going to be looking at the Sword 148th Lightning. Looks a nice little kit, I must say. Again, love the box art. That's why I bought it. Just love that that whole iconic sort of shape of that Lightning. Not much on the box in terms of, just what does that say there? Just precaution, contains sharp edges, and that's about it really. So let's get to it. Let me just move the camera down. So we're up to, actually let's move it amongst, I'm halfway through building a modular system. Well, the start of my modular system. I've done the drawers last night, there they are, and I'm sort of working on those. So bear with me now. I've just got to, there we go, and tighten that. There we go, tighten it back up, and I think we're good to go. Right, so first of all, a little bit about the Lightning, which I've prepared some notes because I'm dreadful for remembering this. So I apologise if this is wrong. This is just what I've got off the internet to try and, be a bit more informative in the review. So basically, the English Electric Lightning is a British fighter aircraft that served as an interceptor during the 60s, 70s, and into the late 80s. It remains the only UK designed and built fighter capable of Mark II. The Lightning was designed, developed, and manufactured by English Electric, which was later absorbed by the newly formed British Aircraft Corporation, well, we know as BAC. Later, the type was marketed as the BAC Lightning, as I just said. It was operated by the Royal Air Force, the Kuwait Air Force, and the Royal Saudi Air Force. A unique feature of the Lightning's design is the vertical staggered configuration of its two Rolls-Royce Avon turbojet engines within the fuselage. The Lightning was initially designed and developed as an interceptor to defend the V-bomber airfields from attack by anticipated future nuclear-armed supersonic Soviet bombers, such as what emerged as the Tupolev Tu-22, but it was subsequently also required to intercept other bomber aircraft, such as the Tupolev Tu-16 and the Tupolev Tu-95. The Lightning has an exceptional rate of climb, ceiling, and speed. Pilots have described flying it as being saddled to a skyrocket. This performance and the initially limited fuel supply meant that its missions are dictated to a high degree by its limited range. Later developments provided greater range and speed, along with aerial reconnaissance and ground attack capabilities. Following retirement by the RAF in the late 1980s, many of the remaining aircraft became museum exhibits. Until 2009, 3 Lightnings were kept flying at Thunder City in Cape Town, South Africa. In September 2008, the Institution of Mechanical Engineers conferred on the Lightning its Engineering Heritage Award at a ceremony at BAE Systems site at Warton Aerodrome. So, rich history, an iconic jet, and built and made in England. Isn't that that's fantastic, that. Built and made in England. Take a moment to absorb that. That is, it's not very often we hear that now. Such a shame it's been retired. you know, I bet it could still hold its own if it got, you know, retrofitted or whatever. But there we go. Anyway, on with the review. I've never ever had a sword kit, so I've heard lots of things about them. I've heard they're short run kits and they normally have a lot of resin with them. I don't think this one has too much, although it's quite heavy for a 1/48 kit. It is quite heavy, I'll say that. Comes in a nice big Ziploc bag. I like that. Impressed with that. So there's a canopy there. We'll take that out. We have got a bag with some resin bits in. Let's take the decals out. We'll look at them in a second. And then we'll take out the plastic kit. And we'll look at that. Oh, it does look nice. Right, so first of all, decal sheet. Love the decal sheet. Nice, bright colours. Doesn't look not too much. Tiny little bit of carrier film over the edges. Not a great deal. It's printed by Tech Mod. The sheet, and all in all, not bad. There's a slight kink. It's not on one of the decals, but it could have been, because the decal sheet's packaged in with the pieces. I don't think you're going to see it. There's a slight kink in the card where one of the edges is. I'm going to try and get it. It's not going to. No, it's not going to show up. But it's there. Trust me, it's there. And there's another one down there as well. But nothing to worry about. But just when you get one, just check it, just to be sure. Here we've got the Lightning instruction manual. There's some more information there. I'm not going to read it out. Just worth mentioning that the T4, the Mark IV, was a trainer version, had 2 seats in the front, and so it's all there. If you want to read that, I'll just hold it up, freeze the screen, pause it, and then read that yourself. There you go. Right. Oh, we're getting there. I feel like I'm in a rush before the dog barks. So there's your. Are we in? Let's try and bring it down a little bit. There we go. So here are your paints, your colours. It doesn't say Barbie colours. I've never heard of them. So there we go. That's your layout of all your parts. Interesting, they've took the sprue off it, but they've just put the parts out there. And then we come over here. I didn't see a weight in there, but obviously you've got to put your own weight in if it's not already. Quite simple diagrams, but easily understood. And then your colours are in these. I like the way they've done the colours, so they're not all numbers. You know, like on some kits, it's numbers for the parts and also numbers for the paints, and it's easy to figure out, you know, after you've looked through a couple of pages. But this is very easy because they're completely different. And then you've got all your fuselage wings going together there. Fuselage halves already gone together. Wheels going on. It's yeah, it's a complete contrast to the mass of plastic we saw in the Kinetic Intruder, A6 Intruder. That was so much plastic in that kit. It was unbelievable. Where we've gone to the other sort of realms, there's enough in here to keep you busy. And I'm going with this. I'm not keen on the green. I'm definitely going silver. or whatever color they say, natural metal. But yeah, definitely doing that one. And there we go. That's the destructions. Put them over there. Then we come to the kit, and I've got to say this is slightly different. The plastic is extremely shiny. I've never come across this before. Not like, it's almost like it's had a clear coat on it. It hasn't, but it's very shiny. Incredible. Very, very shallow panel lines in most areas, especially on these wings. Let me see if am I going to get. In fact, they're that shallow in parts. They're almost difficult to. So obviously they're much deeper here along this line here. You can see, so that's more of an edge than a panel line. But on the wing surfaces, they're very, very, you can see it there, just about there, very shallow. Now, I'm not one of these people that complains about deep panel lines and such like. I don't complain about shallow ones, but I would just say that if you're somebody that uses a lot of paint when you're spraying, you may want to be very careful when you're painting this, because I would think it would be very easy to fill those. Put your primer on too thick and your paint on too thick, and you're going to struggle a bit, I think, picking out the detail if you want to put a panel line wash in. No, oh, there is some detail on the inside of where the wheel wells are going to be. There we go. And you've got part of your wheel well structure there. So yeah, that's yeah, it's, I've never seen a finish on a sprue like that, but that's that one. The same goes for the, you've got some rockets there, and they're all one piece. So there is a seam line on either side that you're going to have to deal with, but you should get a much nicer finish than when you got to glue them together yourself, I would think. Panel lines seem a little bit nicer, clearer, not nicer, clearer on the. They're going to prove me wrong now. They are there. They're very difficult to see on the camera. They're very difficult to see. Let me see if I bring a light in closer. All right, so I brought that in. I don't know whether that'll make it worse or better. No. They're there. Trust me, they're there. These are your rockets. You've got a little seam line either side that needs taking out, hopefully. And then we've got the last sprue. So there's only 3 sprues. And this is your considerably sized fuselage fuselage halves. And there you can see the details. Again, they're very shallow, very difficult to see again, but there they are. Very nice though. And if you get your paint on just right, what's that there? Is that a scratch from? So this is because the sprues are all packed into the one bag. I'm just trying to see, where did I see that again? So let me just, yeah, I've got some nasty scuff marks on there from where the plastic sort of rubbed against each other. It looks worse than it actually is. There's the other side. Lots and lots of detail. And you can see that reflection on that plastic. You can see, oh no, that's not going to work because you're going to see them. But you can see the microphone stand, camera stand, tripod reflecting in the plastic. I've never had that happen before. That's incredible. Yes, very. And there we go. So we've got some other little pieces there, and there's, sorry, I forgot to show the wheels, and we've got the wheels. There's our instrument panel, just there. Plenty of detail on that. That's easy enough to see. And then we've got what makes up our twin seat cockpit. Those more observant of you will have noticed there has not been a seat yet. There's one of the burner rings, burner cans, whatever you want to call them. I think that's the squat front. It could be the squat front landing gear, because they have a long one and a short one as well. It's the same one, sorry, but for modeling, sometimes if you want to model it and you want it to be raised up at the front, they have the long landing gear, and a short one if you want it to be down. Obviously on the real plane it's the same thing. Before anyone takes what I've said and runs with it. Nice nose cone there, very sharp point on that. And there's not too impressed with the turbo fan. I'm guessing that's a turbo fan. Not overly impressed with that. I guess that could have been a bit better, but there you go. So that's that. Then we move on to, let's have a look at the no padding around the canopy, but it is in its own bag. So, and again, not the best I've seen. Very adequate. You can see it's all wibbly wobbly through there. Not the greatest, but it'll, you know, it will do once it's been polished up, and you know, we've given it a good polish. It should be a lot clearer. There we go. And then there's those of you that want to dunk it in whatever solution you use, whether you use the Future or the AK stuff, gauzy, they're options. And then finally, we've got the resin that comes with the kit. I've just realised that ring I showed you wasn't the burner can. It was stupid of me, because that's... So we've got two seats in resin, rather nice looking. If they will... Is it going to come out? Let me just do one. It's hard enough as it is to focus. Come on. Play ball. Oh, you really don't want to There we go. Come on. Right. I am going to get this right. There we go. So lovely seatbelt detail, and the harness is on the seat itself, and we got the little sort of back support there, spinal support. And if we move on to the sides, we've got the handles, levers, mechanisms. We go around to the other side, hoses again, handles, anything that's on the side of the seat. And I'm guessing that maybe you could fashion a sort of handle for the bottom there with the ring on, unless there's one at the top. And then finally, there is two jet exhausts in resin. Not really too much to see on these. Kind of makes me wonder why they went for resin on this and not maybe the canopy, the cockpit, or landing gear or engine, or something like that, because they're pretty, there's a little bit of detail looking in the top there along this inner edge, but you just can't see it because of the light. There you go. You've got a little bit of detail there. I don't know. No, leave your thoughts. See whether do you think that would have been? Would you have preferred something else in resin, or would you have been happy to just have that in plastic? I don't know. Leave your comments. So there we go. That is the Lightning Mark IV, T4, T.Mark 4, I believe it's called. Let me just pop them in there. So hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget that we've got our Spruecast podcast every Sunday evening. We normally go live around 7 p.m. on YouTube. I'm normally joined by myself, Gordon, Josh, and Gil from Styrene Syndicate. We have a good laugh. We talk about things topical and sometimes not topical, and we're normally on for about an hour and a half. We try and keep it to around an hour and a half. That's it from me. Oh, we've just got just a couple of messages coming. Just joining. Have a good weekend. Yeah, Jan. Yeah, and is it a good kit? It seems to be. It seems to look very nice. There's a couple of oddities there that I thought, nothing that would concern the building and painting of it. Well, the panel lines maybe they're a bit shallow, I think, but that's just my opinion. And anyway, I will see you all soon. Bye for now. Cheerio.